Dave Johnston here with Day Trade the Markets. Today is Wednesday, Feb 22nd, 2017. So, just been filled long here for two contracts at 23.58.25 in the Emini S&P. This is a 1-minute chart utilizing the Day Trade the Market software. And you can see I've also got another order in there to buy another two contracts at 23.57.5. So, we've come down into a support area. In so doing, we've actually got some pretty good buying off of the low. And according to our software, this is a green bar here. Now, a good solid green bar is our second strongest aggressive buying bar. The red bar that we see over here is its complement. In other words, the second strongest selling aggression bars, the red and the green. The magenta you can see here from yesterday is very aggressive selling, the most aggressive selling. So most aggressive buying is a blue. We don't have one here today. So I'm hoping this market will just take a little bit of a dip here, come in and get us filled, and then get ready to start rallying. So the support that we had down in here, so let me check on that. Yeah, it was actually it hit today's low right on the dot. So this was our support coming into today, and I'll just mark that in here, right at today's low at 55.75. So that was our support target. It did hit it. It did come down with good aggression, no follow through, kind of hovered in here for a bit, and now we've actually got some fairly aggressive buying. So expecting that market to come up and test into this area up in here where the good selling started yesterday. So that's kind of the lay of the land at the moment. I'm going to go ahead and put my protective sell stop in just below the low of the day. And if it does come down and fill us here, we'll be long for 4. So I'm going to put my stop just a tick below 55.75. Actually, I'll put it at 55.25. And so that'll be our sell stop right there. So that's really it for the moment. If we get filled on this other two, I'll restart it. But otherwise, I'll pause the recording now to try and keep it short. And I'll pick it up when needed. Okay, just resume the recording. We just got filled on our other two, so I'll go ahead and pause recording. We've already got our stop in place. I am going to go ahead and put a sell limit in up in this area in here. I think I'll put it at 60. Give us a 2-point profit on our first objective. So we'll start with that for the moment. And once again, I'll put the recording on pause. Okay, restarted the recording. We are getting a bit of a lift here, which is good. We're hoping that it's going to get up to 23.60, which is our first objective. So I'm going to go ahead now and bring this stop right up and just tuck it underneath that little dip that we had when we got filled for the extra 2 contracts. So risk here is now 1 point. We're long from 23.58, and our stop is at 23.57. Our first objective at 23.60 for half of the position being 2 contracts. So once again, go ahead and pause the recording. Just want to restart the recording for a minute. This is somewhat a volatile market. You can see it got up within a couple of ticks of our objective. Our first objective pulled all the way back to within our, right at our support area, which is just within a tick of our stop. Now it's right back up to within a couple ticks of our first objective again. So anyway, just want to bring you up to date on that. Looks like we could get filled at any moment, so that would be nice. But in the meantime, I'll pause the recording and pick it up when need be. Okay, just resume the recording. As you can see, here's our marker right here. So we just got filled on that first objective. So we've sold 2 of the 4 contracts. So I'm going to make an adjustment on this stop. First for the amount, so adjust the stop from 4 to 2. And I'm going to bring the stop right here to break even at this time. And I'll just put this other marker here. Now for our second objective here, I'm going to go ahead put in another objective up in this area in here. And we know that overnight the market has gotten up into the, let me just check what the overnight high was here, 63.75. So we just got filled at 60. I'll put it at 62 for our next objective. And we're just going to sell 1 there because we'll have a trailing stop on the others. So, and then what I'll also do is take one of these markers and put it up there as well. So that's it for right now. I'll pause the recording and pick it up when needed. Okay, just restarted the recording for a moment. Haven't really done much here in the Emini S&P. It's just it did get up to within a point of our second objective, so that's come back down to roughly where we exited with our first objective. But I did want to point this out on the crude market, so we'll go there, take a look at that chart. We're going to get some news coming in here within about 5 minutes, so I've gone ahead and placed a couple of orders, a sell limit and a buy limit. Buy limit is down at 53.20 and the sell limit is up at 54.15. I put in a 12 tick risk on both of these trades, so and we'll see if we can get some volatility here when the news is released, and we could be in for a nice trade. So I just want to show you the lay of the land and the trade that I have resting in there, resting orders in there for the crude, because today the news is to be released. Even though today is Thursday, Feb 22nd, the crude inventory news is usually released on a Wednesday, but because Monday was a holiday, it's been delayed. As a matter of fact, I need to check, but the news might not come out until for another 35 minutes. It's usually at 10:30 and it's almost 10:30 Eastern, so it might not, need to check that, but it might not even be coming out until 11 o'clock, which would give us about 34 minutes from now. So anyway, just bring you up to date on that, and I'll pause the recording. Sorry, I just want to correct what I just said there. Just restarted the recording. I've got my days mixed up. I'm sorry. Today is Wednesday, and that's the usual day we do have our crude report coming out. But because of Monday being the holiday, it won't be released until tomorrow, Thursday, and it is at 11 o'clock Eastern Time tomorrow. So that trade that I've got on here, as you can see here, go back here. Unlikely we're going to get that kind of volatility here, so I'll probably just cancel those. But at any rate, we'll see what we can do tomorrow when that news is released. So just get back to our E-mini S&P trade here, and we're still looking okay. It's kind of a slow go at the moment, but things are looking okay. So once again, I'll pause the recording. Just restarting the recording here. We have moved up here with another dip and another move up to within just a tick of our next objective. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust this stop and bring it just a tick underneath here. Stop is now at 59.25, so locked in a little bit more. Let me see if I can, yeah, I can move that there. So there's our marker for our stop. We got 2 points on the first two contracts, and now we've locked in a point and a quarter on the second two. We've got our objective in here for just one of the two remaining contracts at +4, and that's a sell limit at 23.62. So just want to bring you up to date on that, and I will once again go ahead and pause the recording. Okay, that didn't take long. I've got filled right here at our second objective at 62. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust this stop now down to just one contract. So we've got just one contract of the 4 left, and I'm going to leave. Okay, we got a nice blue bar in here, as you can see. So the market is kind of firming up here with some good aggression. The blue bar is our strongest aggression buying bar. So I'm going to actually adjust this stop again. You can see that last little dip here we've had just prior to this move up. The market got down to here when it hit 60 and a quarter. So I'm going to move the stop up to 59.75, and I'll make that adjustment here on our marker as well. So locked in a point and 3/4 here on the last contract. We'll just do a trailing stop on this last contract. So just bringing you up to date on that, and once again I will go ahead and pause the recording. Just bringing you up to date on the trade here. It did go through our price, obviously. We did get filled on our second objective as the market moved up here to 63.25. It has backed all the way off within a couple of ticks of our stop, so but we're still in there, so we're using a trailing stop on this last contract here. So just want to bring you up to date on that, and once again I'll go ahead and pause the recording. Okay, just restarted the recording. Just a moment ago we got filled. This is our marker right here, so we just got stopped right there at 59.75, and of course we were long from down here. which is at 58. So of the 4 contracts, the first 2 contracts we exited right here for plus 2 points, so that was a total of 4. Then we exited 1 up here at plus 4 points, so it's another 4, so total of 8 there. And we just exited this one with 1 3/4. So you add 1 3/4 onto 8, you get 9 3/4 points on that trade for the 4 contracts. So that's a trade here on Wednesday, Feb 22nd, 2017. I think it was a good example of knowing where the good support was right in here. It came down with aggression with this red bar and was quickly, not quickly, but fairly quickly rejected. When the good buying came in is when we got long in 2 locations here with the intention of having the market get up into this area up in here where we knew the good selling had started from yesterday, and the market eventually did get up there, offering us a nice trade exit for the first 2 objectives. So, and on the trade management side, we were able to make some adjustments on the stop as the market moved up here. I was fairly lenient on this last one because the low of this blue bar, as you can see right up here, is at 61. I'd usually put the market or the stop a couple ticks below the low of that blue bar. I put it down a little bit more just because this was only for 1 contract and it was the final contract. We already had a good profit in the trade. With the idea that if the market did dip down and get rejected, it had the potential, obviously, to go back up there. Now, that didn't happen, but we still had a nice profit on the trade. So there's an example of trading using the Day Trade the Market software. I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, just contact us at info@daytradethemarkets. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.